What's up guys, it's Luna King Kaiju. Welcome back to a brand new video, and in today's video, I am doing a review on Godzilla vs. Kong. The movie, which is, let's say, okay, so Godzilla, the fourth entry in the Monsterverse created by legendary Warner Bros. And everybody, well, nearly everybody has been so hyped for this. I know I have. I've been waiting for this movie for 7 years now, and also, if nobody has noticed yet, I have a mic finally, like a proper mic, Blue Yeti. Let's go! Shout out to Pineapple Demon for getting me this mic. Thank you. I still need to get a pop filter. Anyway, yeah, but basically, Godzilla vs. Kong was, like they said in some of the featurettes, a literal spectacle of a film. This is something that you literally do not want to miss out on. It's like a cinematic event. Would I say it's a bigger cinematic event than Endgame? Obviously not. But for me as a Godzilla fan who grew up with Godzilla since I was a kid, this movie was everything to me. And I went to see it with Batman 2523 at 7, and we really had a blast. So today I'm making this a non-spoiler review. And later on, maybe in the coming weeks, I'll make a spoiler review. That is a promise I can hopefully keep, no guarantees, because everybody knows I kind of suck at promises. But it's fine. I'll give it a go. And yeah, I'll try to make sure this review is actually a review and not just me ranting and stuff, because that's kind of what my other review videos are, just trash and just me just rating the film. So let's get it done and over with. Also enjoy the crunk of gameplay in the background, even though I'm sucking at it because I'm concentrating on the review. So anyways, what's my general look on the film? It is such a good film. Like I said, it's a spectacle. This is something you actually want to see. G-fan or no G-fan, King Kong fan or no King Kong fan, you literally do want to see this film because this is actually good. The visual effects are great. The CGI, everything. The acting is kind of bleh, but that's not what you're here for. Everybody knows that. Nearly everyone is kind of mainly here for the monsters, and the humans are just kind of there. And that's kind of what this movie did. Adam Wingard 100% succeeded in making this a monster film and less of a human film. Because the humans, although do get a pretty decent amount of attention, it is mainly focused on the monsters finally. And we finally have a Monsterverse movie where there are like 0 to no cutaways. Like I didn't even word that properly. But it's like 1 to no cutaways, like during most of the fight scenes. Like the aircraft carrier fight, it literally is not 10 minutes, 18 minutes, as they stated in the thing like a couple weeks ago, if you guys saw. Yeah, the aircraft carrier fight is 18 minutes. The final battle is absurdly amazing. I'm not gonna say why, for those who know why, because of a certain mechanized boy who makes an appearance. Basically, the final battle of the actual Godzilla vs. Kong fight is actually good. I can 100% confirm that there is a definitive winner, which I won't mention here because it's a not spoiler review, and I'll mention it in my spoiler review. But yes, Adam Wingard wasn't lying. There is actually a definitive winner, so you don't have to call him out for lying or anything like that. You can be worried as well if you've already picked a side that maybe your side might not win or stuff like that. You can actually consider this a proper versus movie because of that. And the action, the monster action, like all the early reviews said, I mean technically this is early as well because this doesn't come out in the US until March 31st, and I'm recording this on like March 27th, and I saw this on the 25th on my birthday. So yeah, it was genuinely good. And now moving on, let's see, Godzilla. Let's talk Godzilla. How much screen time did Godzilla get? I'd say he got a pretty decent amount of screen time. It wasn't as much as I expected it to be, but yeah, he was there. He mainly was there for like a good 5 scenes. Those 5 scenes were pretty decently long, and he did take up a chunk of screen time during the parts that he was on screen. But I would have liked to see a little bit more Godzilla. But I'm just glad that we finally get a daytime fight scene that has Godzilla in it. And it's not even like one. We have two: the aircraft carrier fight and another fight, which I won't mention, but most of you know what it is. Yeah, it's genuinely good to see Godzilla in the daytime because he looks absolutely stunning. Like, you could see all the detail on him, and you could just stare at it and go, wow, the CGI is good. Weta Animation or Productions, or the company that did the CGI, all I know is their name's like Weta something. Props to you guys. I'm sorry for not knowing your name properly, but I have to give props to you guys. You absolutely nailed the CGI in this film for like Godzilla and Kong. It's all so realistic and it's so good. So yeah, Godzilla. As much as this film's called Godzilla vs. Kong, I'd call this more of a King Kong film because Kong gets a lot of screen time. He gets a lot of screen time. And I'd personally say that this is more of a King Kong film where Godzilla's a little bit of a side character, but he's still there. And the scenes that he is on screen for, he is a very relevant and very focused part of the thing, but everything else is just a Kong film. I'm not gonna lie. So, speaking of the devil, well, not exactly. Moving on to Kong. Kong is, like I just said, almost the main focus of the entire film. He has to go on this journey to the Hollow Earth. Yes, we finally get to see the Hollow Earth, and basically, the Monarch team kind of like wants to check something out there. I'll leave it at that, and they want to start an operation to go there, and they kind of need Kong for that. As the trailers say, we need Kong. I swear, hearing that line in the actual movie is so weird after you've heard it in like nearly every single TV spot and little bit of advertising in the entire film. It's so weird. So, yeah, there's Kong. For the King Kong fans, you'll be happy to know that this film is mainly a Kong film. G fans, don't worry. Godzilla gets some badass amount of action when he is on screen. But yeah. Monarch. Monarch, this is something I should cover. Monarch is pretty relevant in this film. I'd say a little bit less relevant than King of the Monsters, but probably almost the same. In terms of relevance, it's mainly focused on this scientist who has to go and ask another scientist who works at Kong's containment site if they could use Kong for their mission or whatever. And those two have to take a child with them, and this child named Gia is the only the only person who can actually speak to Kong, and Kong understands her. And there's something else that I was about to say that's a bit of a minor spoiler, but I'll leave it out just in case for the spoiler review. And yeah, it's basically they kind of need her to bring Kong along, to tell him what to do and all that kind of jazz. And yeah, and Monarch itself, yeah, like I said, it's the group as a whole. Oh, I just burped. Anyway, yeah, the Monarch as a whole is kind of yeah, they're pretty good, honestly. They're not as relevant as I said, but yeah, they're all right as they are. But the other thing I do want to talk about that's a little bit more relevant of a group in the movie is Apex, the villainous group, which is in this film established to not be a straight up villain corporation, but it's basically the Miles Morales equivalent of I forgot what it was called, but basically they're the evil organization that comes out as good and innocent on like TV and stuff, and they make all this high-tech advanced technology, more advanced than Monarch. And I guess you guys can see where the mechanized boy comes in from that. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry, I'm not going to go into any more further details with that until the spoiler review. But yeah, the Apex is kind of a really advanced company in this film that like kind of has all of this tech and gear, and then what's it? One of the people who have to come and retrieve Kong as well is the Apex leader's daughter, I think. Yeah, I think it was the daughter. And basically, she was sent along to give them help by giving them the technology to take Kong to the Hollow Earth, and basically keep an eye on them. I won't go further into detail of what her character arc is and what she does, but she's there. She has like a mini group of Apex soldiers with her throughout the film. Pretty sure you guys know who I'm talking about. I forgot the actress's name. I'm so sorry, but yeah, I'd say Apex is a lot more involved in this film than Monarch is, I'd say. Like, as a group as a whole. Not as in the people, but as a group, Apex is way more acknowledged in this film than Monarch. So, I'll give them that. The rating of the film... Wait, no. Before I get to that, I need to talk about the music. I'm getting way too far ahead of myself. The music. Oh my god. Would I say it's better than King of the Monsters music soundtrack? I would argue that it actually is, because Junkie XL did an amazing job with the soundtrack. Sure, there are no Ifukube themes like any classic Godzilla themes, or no Kong theme song remixes or anything like that, but the new soundtrack is so killer. Like, I swear the main opening credits theme that they use is absolutely fire. Like, I can't describe how good it is. You guys will have to see the movie, which is why I'm making this review, obviously. But please watch the movie. It is amazing. Whether you're a monster fan or not. Yeah, the music is absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. And, you know, the visuals, same thing. Gorgeous and beautiful. It's just so visually appealing of a film. Is it more visually appealing of King of the Monsters? Obvious answer, yes. It is much more clearer. You can see much more in the fights. There is not even a single fight scene where you can't tell what's going on. You can tell what's going on in like every little bit of what's happening on screen, and I love that. And the monster fights, brutal. Not as much blood as I actually expected. The trailers hinted at there being a lot of bloody fights, but it wasn't as bloody as I expected, which would make sense for a PG-13 rating. But like, yeah, I'm very surprised. But I will tell you that there is a certain quote-unquote gore. There was some gory moments that are not exactly gory considering the color of the blood. You guys will see what I mean when you see the movie. There are two scenes where you're like, huh, if only the color of the blood was red, that would make this R-rated, but, you know, it says otherwise. How many other kaiju are in this film? I can confirm that, yeah, I wouldn't consider this spoilery, but none of the kaiju that appear in King of the Monsters, like the other side titans, like none of those titans actually appear. They briefly appear in the opening credits. I won't mention how and what their role in the opening credits is, but they do appear because it might be considered a spoiler, so I won't mention it. But yeah, they never appear in the actual film. But they do like maybe hint at them. They like keep mentioning the Titans and stuff, but they never actually talk about the actual Titans or anything like that. So there's them. But let's see what else. Skullcrawlers. This, all I'm gonna say is, I'm not gonna say what the Skullcrawlers' roles are. All I'm gonna say, it's not what you thought it would be. It's more of a well, actually, I'm not gonna describe it. Also, might be considered a spoiler. I might give you ideas, but I'll just leave it as the Skullcrawler's role is probably not what you'd expect it to be. We'll leave it at that. I'm not hinting at the Skullcrawler somehow being tamed by Monarch or any of that weird stuff that you're probably thinking right now. Oh, yeah, I'm just saying that the Skullcrawler's role is really not what you'd expect it to be. It's more of a what sort of situation. But then you could be a little disappointed by the role, but what happens during that scene, this one scene that I'm talking about, will completely take your mind off that. I'll just leave it at that. And should you go watch it? Yeah, I've stated this over and over again in the video. Please watch the film. It is so good. Visually appealing. It is a great story. Sure, it might be a little, like, as in a tiny little bit like a previous other, I'm not naming any names, but other versus films, but it might give you the style of that, but it is completely its own thing, because main reason being, like I said earlier, there is a definitive winner. One of them actually does win, Godzilla and Kong. Between one of them actually does win. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. So thank you guys for watching this video. Comment, like, and subscribe. And spoiler review collab with Batman 252387 will come out soon. And until then, I just pray that you weren't paying any attention to the screen, the gameplay that's on screen right now with me fighting all these people, because I am terribly garbage when I'm not completely concentrating on the game. I promise you that I am pretty decently good at the game when I am concentrating. But yeah, I can't wait to use this mic so I can record more videos, because there won't be any background noise, haha. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Subscribe to my boy Batman 252387. He went to go watch the movie with me for my birthday. It was fun. And once again, shout out to Pineapple Demon as well for the mic. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and bye!